Today I'm going to be canning up pork broth or pork stock, depending on what you want to call it. This is another video response to the Jarred Up January collaboration. Now the channels that are participating in this collaboration are Sutton's Days, More to Life, Wilhelm's Kitchen, Paul's Rule of Thumb, Angie's Pantry, and The Needy Homesteader. I'm going to leave links to their channels in the information below, and please check them out. So this is what I'm going to need today for this project. I'm going to use a stainless steel canning funnel because I'm doing a hot pack. I have this nice deep ladle here. I have my jar lifter, my lid lifter, my debubbler. It's nice and mangled. I have vinegar for wiping the rims, and I have these napkins. Actually, these are awful. I don't like these napkins. They disintegrate, but this is all I have. I do not have any paper towel left. I have to go out and buy some more. So today I'm going to be using this jar holder because I'm doing a hot pack. It is not my favorite product. I find it very bulky and awkward. I think it's better for using it with a quart as opposed to a pint-sized jar, but anyway, whatever. I usually use colored jars when I make broths, but I do not have enough. So I'm not using that today. I'm just using pint-size Bernardin Ball and Golden Harvest jars. I also have here my oven mitts waiting in the wings for when I need to use those. So let's go see what we have waiting on the stove. So here is my stock pot. It has some of my pork broth in it. I'm going to add 2 jars in just a moment, okay? Right there are my lids and rings, and they are waiting in previously boiled water. And here is my canning pot lid and my pressure regulator over there. I've done my safety checks. And of course my 23-quart Presto with the water warming up. So I have also jars in the oven. Let's take a look at some of those jars. Okay, so these jars are heating up in the oven. They're at 170 or so. This is a hot pack, so you have hot jars, hot broth, and hot water in the canning pot. Let's get started. So right here I have some fat that I skimmed off my other 2 jars of pork broth. I'm gonna skim off this right now here. It's gonna be a little more difficult. This is definitely not my favorite job, but I'll do it. I'll do my best. You know, there will be some fat left over. I can't get all of it, and I'm okay with that. So what I'm going to do is drain some of this into the pot and add that first jar there that I've just skimmed. Here we go. Let's just add a bit of that. And pour this pork stock in. Now, I acknowledge this. This pot is way too big for this project, but you know, that's all I had available. I do have another pot that's wider, and I don't like using the wide pot for broths and such. So let's skim the broth off of the second jar. Actually, this is the second jar of the second batch. I actually have a first batch, which those are already emptied in to the pot. So as you see, there's still some flavor at the bottom of those jars. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just gonna cap that, give it a shake. Pour it into this jar. give this a shake. And now this is going into the pot. So I'm going to stir the contents of the pot and start ladling the broth into the jars. I'm going to leave an inch of headspace. We're now going to we're going to stir that actually. Let's debubble. And I think I could put a slight bit more in, just a touch. There. Great. We're going to place that there. Like I said, this is awful. I can't stand. Look, it's broken. It disintegrates. Anyway, I'm going to be very careful. Let's get the lid on. Okay, there's this thing. Here we go. Right. I'm going to place this in the canning pot, but I do sort of find this jar holder a little bulky. I kind of wish it was designed for, you know, your thumb and your 2 fingers. Anyway, let's get this into the pot. Yeah, awkward. There. Awkward, but it's a hot pack, so. Alrighty, let's fill up our second jar here, giving our stock a nice stir. Oh, and making a mess, but that's okay. This is real life, it's not Hollywood, and it's not the Food Network. Here we go. Let's give it a stir. We want to have an inch headspace. There we go. That'll do. Let's wipe the rim with the vinegar. There, I'm going to place this into the pot. We'll do another one for you. It is hot, but you know what? I can't stand that jar holder. I just find it so awkward. Sorry. Anyway. I'll use my fingers. I don't claim to have asbestos fingers, but I will manage. Great. Let's get that. A tiny bit more. I'm going to wipe the rim. Lid and ring band. Here we go. Place this in the canning pot as well. And I'll bring you back when I have all my jars placed in the canning pot. So all the jars I have are in the pot. I'm now going to put my lid on and turn up the element. I'll bring you back when we have a steady stream coming from the vent pipe. And if I can remember, I'll try to get the air vent cover lock popping up, but I don't always catch that for my videos, okay? See you soon. So here's what's going on in my neck of the woods today. It's not a ton of snow, but it's bitterly cold. And there's already been an accident in the parking lot of my condo, so you know what? This is a home day. It's a canning day for me. There's now a steady stream coming from the vent pipe. I'm now going to put the timer on for 10 minutes to vent the pot. It's been venting for 10 minutes, and now I'm going to place the pressure regulator on the vent pipe. There, I'll bring you back when the gauge reaches 11 pounds pressure. So the gauge has now reached 11 pounds pressure. I'm going to put the timer on for 20 minutes because 20 minutes is the processing time for pints. Now, if you were doing quarts, you would process it for 25 minutes. There, I'll bring you back when the processing time is done. The 20 minutes of processing time is all done, and now I'm going to turn off my element, and I'll bring you back when I'm opening up the canning pot. Okay, so the pressure has come down, the air vent cover lock is dropped, and it's time to take off the pressure regulator and open the pot. There you go, there's the first jar. So this was my last jar, and I didn't have quite enough for a pint. I just wanted to clarify that because it wasn't siphoning. Oops. I'll bring you back when I have all of the jars out of the pot. So in all, I got 14 jars. They've all sealed, and I'm very pleased with this. It was just so easy. 20 minutes processing time. You can't go wrong. Like I said earlier, I'm going to leave links below to the channels who are participating in the Jarred Up January collaboration. I encourage you to watch those videos because there's some really interesting ideas. I've enjoyed watching canning videos every day of this month. I hope you enjoyed my video.